Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and we are going to jump into why you're not seeing any results, why you're not losing weight, why is nothing happening when I'm in a calorie deficit. I am counting my calories, I am tracking everything, I am working out, burning this many calories, and then only eating this other many calories, so I'm in a calorie deficit, right? Let me quick define what this typically means, right? Because again, when we get into this space, sometimes people have their own definitions, so let me just roll quick, go through this. Calorie deficit, typically if somebody's like, oh yeah, my metabolic rate is, I would need, my metabolic rate means I would need 1,800 calories per day. I'm only going to eat, I'm only going to eat 1,200 calories, right? Yeah, right there. That's a 600 calorie deficit. And that means, that minus 600 calories, right? Calories means I'm going to lose, X amount of pounds. Have you guys done math like this ever before? Oh, I'm also going to work out and burn this many calories. I want to make sure I burn at least, 500 calories. So then total, oh my gosh, total calorie deficit would be this, right? And that then is going to equal X amount of pounds lost. You guys following my math? This is a rough outline that a lot of people go through. This does not work for the female body. This is just not, no. And if you're thinking, but I read this, and so says this, and this person that has this many followers, or this big of a platform, and this fancy of a personal trainer, blah, blah, blah. Cool, like, good for them, awesome, thumbs up, way to go. But no, because you're considering that the female body is a static thing all month long, that's your metabolic rate all the time, not changing. That this is, we're just gonna do, just eat less. So easy, just eat less. Oh, right? Just work out more. Right, yeah. You're gonna burn fat when you work out, right? Everybody does that. Everybody burns fat when they work out. I don't know why I'm making this face, by the way. Sorry. I apologize for the face, the weird face. But people do this. Oh, if you burn this many calories, it means you're gonna lose this much weight. Okay, so we're gonna go into some of these different things here. The first one, I'm not gonna go in order because I'm gonna start to get sweaty and all worked up during this. But the first one I wanna talk about is your hormone phases. You have different hormones throughout the month. The women have different hormones throughout the month. I talk about this in my book, The Female Fat Solution, how your body shifts and changes throughout the month. You are not the same every single day. And if you're like, well, I don't have a cycle anymore, or I'm in menopause, bam, you have a whole new body to contend with. Again, there are still different factors that impact the female physiology than male physiology. So all this stuff, all this math, you know who this works for? Dudes. It works great for dudes. Super duper. Great. Female physiology is different. It is dynamic, and it shifts and changes throughout the month. So this, not a thing. Not a thing throughout the month. Nope. No. And if you're like, well, maybe I can just do different math every week. Okay. Few other things. The first thing here, nutrient depletion. This is a nutrient depletion phase. The female body can handle this short term, but long-term phases of this will cause fat storage. It is how female physiology works. Our bodies are meant to be protective. Your body will not absorb nutrients. It will not detox naturally. It will shut down metabolism. You will have all these other symptoms. Tons of other things. Hair can fall out. Energy can be depleted. You can be fatigued all the time. Nutrient depletion. That also throws off hormones. That also impacts your neurotransmitters. You're like, neurotransmitters? What the heck is that? Why is that important? It's important for how your whole body functions and overall metabolism. And how do we know that? We test for it. These are things that we test for in the 12-week challenge. You get a Dutch test, we go through all the information, and we target this for your body and system. I'm gonna put a link right here in the comments for the waitlist. Registration opens Friday. Only way to get a registration link is to be on this wait list. Bam, right there. Yes. So we test for it because it is that important to understand if your body is nutrient depleted. I guarantee if you've gone through crash diets before, if you've done that, I've done this stuff on and off for years with friends. Yeah. So it was like the thing. Cool. Nutrient depleted. It has impacts on your system that you just can't like, oh, well, I'll just eat like a little less then. Maybe I won't do 1,200. Well, maybe I won't just eat 1,200. Maybe I'll just eat like, like 1,600, 1,500 calories. That's better, right? No! That's still a depletion! Ugh. That does not actually move your metabolism forward. It does not actually help you increase your overall metabolic rate. You're trying to cook the books. You're trying to cheat the system and take a shortcut. Again, tortoise versus hare. Tortoise, or, this is the hare. The tortoise wins, right? If you're trying to cheat the system, get a quick fix, take a shortcut, you're going to be the hare, and you're going to think that you're farther ahead short term for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months or something, but long term, at the end of the year, year after year. I work with women all the time whose hormones are a mess. They're exhausted, they're depleted. Their hormones, their cycles are messed up. Their cortisol response, their adrenals are trashed. Oh, I went through one today. I went through a Dutch test today with a gal. Just trashed adrenals. Oh my gosh. And she was listing out the exact specifications, and she was following recommendations. She was doing it to a T. It's not that she wasn't doing it. It's not that she was like messing up the numbers or doing the math wrong. No, she was doing it. What was wrong is that her system was totally burned out. So it doesn't matter if you put the perfect gas in your car. If there's something wrong with the engine, it ain't gonna go. That's what we're going with here. That's how this female body works. Stop treating the female body like it's a male body. It does not respond the same. And then we end up stuck, frustrated, and just feel like we can't move forward, right? And these are things that, again, targeting this specifically makes a big difference. I got to this place because I had bad issues with PCOS. Hormone issues, all that other stuff. That can still drive a nutrient depletion. And again, doing a calorie deficit for that doesn't work either. So again, if I'm talking about something and you're like, oh my gosh, I want you to talk more about that or deep dive into that more, let me know. Put a comment down below or send me a message if you're not comfortable commenting. That's totally fine. I get messages from women all over the world every day because it can be, like, oh, I don't want to say this out loud to anybody else. I don't want anybody else to see it. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But let me know if you want me to do a deep dive on any of the things that I talk about here to help you understand. So, okay, can't do nutrient depletion. Stress, cortisol. You're going to have a terrible stress response. Most women have a terrible stress response right now anyway. Our HPA axis, if you're not sure what that is, Google it. Hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis. It's like the stress impact on the brain, and then the brain tells the adrenals what to do. And any type of stressor, calorie deficit is a stressor for the system. And what does the female body do when it's under stress? What is it designed to do? Store fat! Store fat. It's designed to store fat. This is not a matter of you like, well, I don't want it to, so I'm going to take the supplement to make it not do that. Nope. There's no way to cheat that system. It just stores it. Yeah. Yeah. The hormone phase thing, we talked about that. The other thing that, with having a calorie deficit, your sleep quality. Sleep quality is impacted greatly. If you cannot sleep, rest, repair properly, not going to get the right results. And another thing to take into account here is your own health history. I can't tell you how many women I work with that have thyroid issues, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, other endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids. They have had hormonal issues like infertility issues, things like that. That these things impact how well your system is functioning in terms of being able to get to and keep a result. And doing deficiencies, right? Calorie deficiencies here will trigger other issues here. Oh, and forget about it if you've got an autoimmune or other things like that going on. Terrible. It makes everything 10 times harder, and it makes it that much worse to work through. And again, you feel like you're stuck. You feel like it's, I gotta be missing something. I gotta be counting wrong. Where am I counting wrong? Is it the cookie I had last week? Maybe that's it. It is not the dang cookie. Ugh. Your whole metabolism shuts down because your body's not functioning correctly and you're not working with how your body naturally functions. Once your system starts to function better and you start to feel better, that's where your system works in alignment with each other and you start to be able to get results and keep them. Again, these are all things that we go through in the 12-week challenge. Make sure you're on that wait list. A couple of things that I always say, your health is cumulative. If you've done a ton of crash diets in the past, it might take a little bit for your system to reverse and actually build up metabolism again. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with you then. You just have to work through that. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it totally stinks. Yes, it's like the most not fun thing ever. But on the other side of that, you get to have a metabolism that works for you. Yay! This is something that is so important for men to understand. Again, your health is cumulative, and then all of your systems impact each other. All of your systems communicate with each other, right? Your hormones pass through the blood-brain barrier, right? The nutrient depletion, stress, cortisol, it impacts your brain function. It impacts how your organs work. It impacts how well you can digest, absorb, process nutrients, how well it can detox on its own, how much inflammation you have in your system. That's a big deal. Yeah, and if you're depleting yourself, if you're in a calorie deficit and you have other health issues, you can actually trigger more inflammation in your system. But that's not what I want. I know! But that's the way your system responds. See, I told you I was going to get sweaty and worked up. So, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Please let me know if you want me to deep dive into something specific or mention something more or do even a more extended version of this or list off some more things. If you're like, well, what about this or what about that? Does that impact it? I'm more than happy to do that. The information that I share and talk about really comes from you, the questions that you have and the information that you're looking for. So please let me know if you need something else. Again, get on the wait list. Registration opens. Only way to get that registration link is from the wait list, and then it does fill within about 24 hours. So other things I have for you, other resources are my YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westy, and then my podcast is called The Female Health Solution. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know your other questions and if you need anything else. Otherwise, I will see you later.